Welcome to this channel. If you're new here, and for those of you guys who are subscribed, I've been kind of just trolling around with a short clip of mine, but we've got something really important to cover here today. This affects from what age you can start to own property, and you can start getting a job and start earning money, and raising the age at which the military can recruit you so that way you already have a life by the time you're old enough to join the military. So I'll just take it away from here. So essentially, for a person to be able to attain a license or permit or drive any kind of motorized vehicles, they have to at least have like a sound mind, and along with that they have to be like pubescent, or if they have like some kind of abnormalities, then there would have to be like a medical waiver, um, or they would have to like fulfill the minimum legal age before they can get their permit, and then like eventually get a license and everything. um, the reason why I started out this way is, as soon as, like, I understand the desire of parents, you want to keep your kids as kids, but you're actually not helping them out. As soon as that body starts making that transition, and if they're normally developing people, that's when you start to gradually start giving them responsibilities and they start to grow up. So being able to drive, being able to work is part of that, and that's when they'll also start dating as well. Um, and it's really not a good idea to push things like that off. Um, yeah, there's like a number of different reasons. Um, because at that point, the person's like, you can't really quite call them a child. They're still not fully mature like an adult yet, but they're not quite a child either. It's just that weird age. So, as for being able to have a job, something pretty similar here too, except if the specific job does disqualify for having physiological abnormalities, or or if it does require a minimum age, so like being recruited into the military, and of course, if the specific job also has like certifications or course requirements. Um, and oh yeah, for motorized vehicles, there will obviously be course requirements, exam requirements. Um, and as for jobs, there are certain jobs that would require a minimum age, and or disqualify for certain types of medical problems. And as for being able to own property, you obviously don't really need to have any kind of exam certification, or medical problems should not be a disqualifier, would not be a disqualifier. And obviously, like, there's really no minimum age I'm putting in. Um, oh, actually, there is a minimum age. A minimum age as defined by statute, or have a medical. Okay, just about the same thing, but no exam certification requirements, no physical fitness requirements, or um, uh, like with the jobs, certain jobs have specific age. None of those type of requirements. So that's just kind of how it is. You'll just have to like buy my book, but I would say this is probably by far the most important section, because here's the thing, especially if you're a guy, girls, like, they're born beautiful, and by the time they're in their 50, and this can start as soon as they're like 40, and for some girls even like in their late 20s and 30s, like, there's a certain point after they won't be able to have kids, or it'll be really hard for them to have kids, or um, the kids could have certain birth defects and stuff. um, so girls, they kind of have to be born beautiful, born attractive, whereas men, we kind of have to like become something. um, in our lives before we can have a stable relationship. I mean, there's more to it, of course. The aspect of genuine desire. There's some guys, no matter what, whether no matter whether they're penniless or whether they have everything together, girls will just straight up pursue them. But even with that kind of guy, that provisioning side has to be there in order for that to be a long-term relationship. And then for most guys, yeah, they build themselves to having long-term relationship, but they don't have the social competence to kind of get the girl in the mood where the girl just wants to do it instead of kind of doing it because you guys are formally together or you guys have declared yourselves boyfriend girlfriend. Most guys cannot bring that genuine desire out of her. There's a lot of complex hypergamy dynamics to it, but yeah, like not allowing people to like start being responsible fully for themselves as soon as they hit puberty, that's huge. It's and it hurts guys the most, because we are now in this type of disparity where the average woman has way more experience than the average guy, and it's actually pretty humiliating, by the way. um, but like pretty much everybody benefits off of this. Like when you have a society where men are strong, like it helps all the way around. So I would say section 9 is probably by far probably like the most important section of in my entire book. And as for military requirements, I almost forgot. There's a reason why I instituted a minimum age of 25 years of age, because here's the thing: you serve in the army, you may not come back uh, if you're at war, or if you do come back, maybe you guys never really started up the relationship, or and slash or there's infidelity, or maybe you do come back and I don't know. It's just yeah. Typically, what happens is like people are like really young, so people just got into a relationship. Maybe they didn't have kids yet, and then they go into the military, or maybe they just had their first kid, but they never really got their life together um, in that kind of stable kind of way. So by the time you're 25 years of age, by that point, you've already should have had your first, at least a couple of kids through. Um, so this way, people's lives are not destroyed. Like those who come back, like there's something solid that has already been established. And then, of course, those who don't come back, well, we all know what happens. But yeah, 25 years of age, not going below that. And there's also neurological, like brain development reasons why I also said 25 years of age. Um, but yeah, this is probably by far the most important clause in my entire book. So we have a total of 9 sections. This is a total of 82 pages. Um, be sure to check this out. You will love this. You'll enjoy it. Um, be sure to buy this book. It's like 57 bucks for the paperback, 76 bucks for the hardcover, and if you just want to buy the ebook, it's just 38 bucks. I make more or less the same amount of money because I have to pay Amazon for the printing costs and royalty fees. Um, there's like I actually get less royalty on the ebook once you cross a certain price threshold. Like there's a certain price range in which they'll give you like the full 70% royalty. So I'm operating off of like the 35%, but it's fine. Uh, uh, yeah, I make more or less just about the same no matter which option you pick. Um, this is a $1.5 million value. Like if you hired a lobbyist and the amount of time I've spent, it's a $1.5 million value. And with that being said, I'm out for now.